Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexander Florizone. Today I got something pretty special. This is the Stealth 600 Gen 2 from Turtle Beach. They sent me this headset and the Stealth 700 to review. Stay tuned for a video of that. But today we are looking at the Stealth 600 Gen 2. The Stealth 600 Gen 1 was a very popular headset. Got great reviews, and supposedly the Gen 2 is an improvement on pretty much all those little things that the Gen 1 was sort of lacking in. I had a great time reviewing this headset. I've been a Turtle Beach fan, a Turtle Beach user for like 5 to 8 years since I had, I forget which one it was, an old wired headset from the Xbox 360 days. Since then, I've used the Recon 200 a lot, which is just a single wire headset that connects to the controller. Very nice. I do love Turtle Beach in general. I think that they're a great brand, but this video is not sponsored. So be assured that this is a brutally honest review. Same went for the Recon 200 review that I filmed a while back, and same will go for the Stealth 700 review, which I will film actually right after this one. Alright guys, so here I did a little bit of an unboxing video. The packaging was, it was nice, but nothing super impressive. Just slides out of the box. Then we have our manual here with a sticker. Then we got the headset, of course, in plastic. Right away noticed the ear cups, more on that later. And we got our I/O, and we have a USB-A to USB Type-C cable, very nice, and our little USB dongle thing. So first of all, this headset is not Bluetooth. It's wireless, but it's not Bluetooth. It actually runs to a little USB receiver here, which you plug into your respective console and then connect it that way. And you can also plug it into the PC and connect just as easily. It's actually very convenient. Now, to get right into the details of the headset, I hate to start off on a bad note, but the first thing, I have to be honest, the first thing that I noticed when I opened up the box is the ear cups and the surface of the ear cups. I was expecting a leatherette, as they call it, fake leather sort of covering over the ear cups, whereas these are that, whatever you call it, that scratchy mesh kind of stuff. It's not scratchy, it's quite soft. You can tell it's high quality, but compared to the Recon 200, which I've been using for a long time, which is a $50 headset, and this one is a $100 headset. And the ear cups on the $50 one are way nicer, I find. These ones are a little bit, kind of just feels like a somewhat cheap foam inside, with just not so nice of a finish over top. However, that is a bit of a preference thing, but in general, the higher end headsets all have that sort of leatherette covering. The cushion on the top here does get that premium treatment. I didn't notice it being super uncomfortable to wear with this sort of surface, but I found that whenever I was wearing these and then I switched over to the Recon 200, when putting on the Recon 200, it was instantly like, oh yeah, that's better, even if I didn't actively notice it while wearing this headset. I've only worn this headset for, I think, about 2 hours at a time though, so longer than that, then you might run into a bit of an issue. As for the build, the build feels great as always. Turtle Beach, they build good quality headsets. I don't see any snapping pieces being a real issue with this headset. However, one thing that I do have to say is that the adjustment sliders on the Recon 200, again, a much cheaper headset, half the cost. We have a nice metal band in here. Seems a lot more sturdy that way. This way, I feel like, I'm not saying that it feels like it's gonna break, but if this headset were to break, I'd say this is where it's going to break. Moving on to the ear cups, they do flip outwards, and it sits sort of flat, except they have this sort of weird curvature to them. Now on to all of our buttons and input here. We have our volume up and down for our game. Then we have our voice monitoring. That's for your mic volume as to how loud you hear yourself coming back into the headset. Then we have our mode button here, which will cycle us through different equalizer presets, bass heavy, louder chat. I'm not sure what all the different presets are, That's just something I found a little weird, actually, about the mode button here, is that there's no indication as to what mode you're in when you press the button. You just have to kind of press it and then guess. So that was a little strange. Then we have the power button, on and off, long press to turn on or off. A nice thing about having a button is that it also has an auto off. On the Recon 200 cheaper headset, it had a switch that went on and off, right? And when you left that switch on, since it was a manual switch, there was no auto off. It just stayed on until it died or until somebody noticed and decided to shut it off. On from there, we have our wonderful USB-C port. It feels nice and firm when plugging in and out, so that's good. No problems with a cheap feeling plug. And we have our little LED indicator on here, which indicates multiple different statuses, whether it's connected or not connected, or the chat's muted, stuff like that. Now, a big win for the Stealth 600 Gen 2 over something like the Recon 200 is the battery life. Right away, we got 15 hours of battery life. That'll last you a long time. I mean, who uses a headset for 15 hours straight? You could probably game all day, never run it out. As long as you plug it in after like a really long game session, you should always have juice in there. It should always be good to go. Now the sound's not too crazy of a story. I've noticed that generally Turtle Beach's, at least their nicer headsets like the Recon 200, Stealth 600 Gen 2, and Stealth 700 Gen 2, they all have the same general sound. It's not incredible. It doesn't blow your mind. These aren't studio headphones after all. It's just a gaming headset, but they're really nice. You're never gonna feel like they're low quality or anything. It's just, it doesn't blow your mind. The sound levels, there's plenty of juice in there to deafen yourself, so you don't have to worry about it being too quiet for you or anything like that. I have a little issue actually. When I first open up the box, first plug these things in to run them, I was having audio only on one side and it was really weird. The volume was weird, but basically something that you can do is that you can plug these things into the computer and just reset them, and it basically wipes all of the firmware from inside and just reinstalls it all, and that totally fixed it. So that was just a minor hiccup, but I thought that I would mention it because if you decide to buy this headset, you might run into that issue. As for the noise cancellation, it's not particularly impressive, but it's certainly adequate. I find that when you start listening to something on the headphones, all of a sudden it's like you hear nothing. It's just, it really cuts everything out. So unless there's a lot of really loud noise next to you when you're gaming, you should be pretty unbothered. Alright, as for the mic, it's Turtle Beach's signature flip up to mute. This one's really nice. It kind of blends in with the headset when it flips up. It fits in with the shape, but it just flips down like that, and it pops in just about an inch so that everybody can hear you trash talking in Fortnite. As for the quality, I didn't really get much of a chance to test it, but I think it's pretty standard. It's gonna be clear, it's gonna be nice, but you're not gonna be hopping up in the studio and recording your hit single. Alright, so final verdict about the headset. Basically, I find it a bit of a weird spot in terms of the small details, especially having tried out the Stealth 700. Mind you, the Stealth 700 is $50 more than this. It's just that it delivers in so many more ways. The Stealth 600 just seems to fall behind even some of the cheaper headsets in some ways, particularly the ear cups. I'm sorry, maybe I'm being picky, but that's my number one complaint is the ear cups. From there, we have the general, somewhat lower quality feeling build of the whole headset when you compare it to a cheaper headset, the Recon 200. But then again, you are getting that awesome 15-hour battery life. You're getting that wireless connectivity, works great with the PC. It's not Bluetooth, so you can't connect to your phone, but the place you're most likely to use a headset like this is on the console or on the PC anyways. So it kind of makes sense. From my personal experience, if you are not dead set on having a wireless headset, and if you don't mind plugging in your headset whenever you're done using it and not gaming for 9 hours in a row, then I would say definitely go for the Recon 200. I have a video review of that. I'll put a little card here for that video. You can check that out. I think it's a very solid headset. If this headset was just a little more expensive than the Recon 200, then I'd say it totally makes sense. But the Recon 200 is half the price. To me, the only real advantage in active user experience with the Stealth 600 Gen 2 is that it's wireless. Battery life, you can plug in your headset after you're done playing all the time. As long as you remember to do that, it doesn't have to be insane battery life. But wireless is something that you just can't compensate for. So either you really want the wireless or you don't. Turtle Beach does have options on their website. If your budget is straight $100 US, what you can do is get the Stealth 700 refurbished at a discounted price, and I think it might actually also be $100, which I think is totally worth it. I would trust Turtle Beach. But anyway, just a couple final words is that I don't think it's a bad headset. I think it's a good headset. It's just that I've been spoiled with other headsets, which are just so much better, and I'm not a die-hard wireless fan because I'm so used to wired. So wireless is kind of an extra thing for me. It's not a number one necessity. So when I look at other headsets, wired and wireless, I either think, why spend that much more, pretty much just for it to be wireless, when you could get it for half the price with a wire and have almost the same function, or you could pay a little bit more and get the wireless plus the full premium experience. That's my final take. Okay, I gotta stop talking. I'm talking too much. That's my opinion. That's a wrap, guys. Thank you for checking out the video. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, or if it helped you out. Please leave a comment about what you think of the headset, what you think about the more expensive Stealth 700 or like a cheaper Recon 200, or if there's a headset in between there which you think beats them all for the price. I will be releasing a Stealth 700 Gen 2 review right away here. Probably less than a week after this one, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss it. And I'm working on a big project. I'm really excited about it. It's been super fun. I've been working on building it for a couple weeks by the time that this video has published, and that will be coming out soon after the Stealth 700 review. So make sure to subscribe to check that out. I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be pretty neat to cover in a video. So anyways, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.